Everybody needs a place. A place to come unarmed and unguarded so we will not be attacked. My suspicion is that much of life is looking for that place. Adam and Eve, you must leave this garden. You must leave this place. Cain, as punishment for killing your brother Abel, you will never have a place. Abraham and Sarah, listen to what Fred Craddock says about that. Abraham, is this the place? I'm so tired of styrofoam cups and paper plates. God said He would give us a home, and we've been looking time and day and month and day and night. And Abraham, is this the place? Habitat for Humanity. Mom, look, I have a bedroom all of my own, and I've got a bathroom all on my own. And Mom, did you see the size of the living room? Mom, is this our place? A homeless wanderer going from overnight shelter to overnight shelter, crying to a deaf world, if only I had a place. Her husband of 50 years dead, and her daughter saying, Mom, come back with us to Colorado. The kids will love to have you in our neighborhood, and Jack and I will set you up with a new apartment, and you'll love it. And Mom says, no, I have my friends. I have my memories. And this is my place. Everybody needs a place. Which is, I hope, one of the reasons why you're here today. So let me do a show of hands this morning. How many of you were born north of the Mason-Dixon line? Raise your hand. Bunch of northern people coming to get warm. Show of hands this morning. How many of you in this place were born after 1970? Raise your hand. Pretty good number. Had a bunch of old farts at the first. No, I'm only. Instead of a show of hands, stand up. Anybody here in this congregation, anybody that has been part of a scouting program any time in their life, would you stand? Let's give them all a round of applause. Wow, look at that. Please be seated. One more thought. You can just show of hands. How many of you here have been lifelong Lutherans? Raise your hands. Wow. You'll pardon me for saying this, but we have a motley group of misfits in this congregation. Some of us voted for Barack Obama for president. Others of us wouldn't dream of it. Some of us play sports. Others play music. Some of us read the Bible every day. Others of us don't own one. We are a motley collection of misfits in this place this morning, my friends. But in case I missed something, as you walked in the door this morning, I didn't see any security guards checking you for your investment account numbers and your Social Security numbers and your grade point averages. Why? Because God says the church is a net thrown into deep water, not picky about the kind of fish it catches. So no matter who you are, or how you think, or where you live, there's a place for you in church. Now, I have to tell you this morning, there are churches, and then there are churches. There's a church in a small town. It's a big church right downtown, beautiful location up on a hill, great facilities. This congregation didn't have, the only church in town that didn't have a soup kitchen. So people met and committees were formed, and the question went to council, should we put a soup kitchen in our church? They had a long council meeting to answer and address this issue, and then all of a sudden the conversation was stopped dead in its tracks when the minister stood up and said, I don't think we want those people in my church. There was another church in a huge metropolitan area that across the street from the church had 6 row houses. Count them, 6, lined up right together, every single one of them. Say it again, every single one of them dedicated to community outreach ministries. And on every Friday night, inside the main part of the building, everywhere you look, in hallways and aisleways and vestibules and classrooms, everywhere you look, cots. Used by people who didn't have any place else to sleep. Now, that pastor used to tell anybody who would listen that that congregation would not have survived had it not cast a wide net. And after he was finished speaking, Jesus said to Simon Peter, cast your nets into deep water for a big catch. Everybody needs a place. A place to come to have hope. A place to come to be accepted for who they are. A place to come to worship God or to fight with God. A place to come to deepen their relationship with Jesus and with each other. Everybody needs a place. Father Abraham and Andy and Miriam and Laurie and Sue, is this the place? Is this the place? Maybe the words of this hymn put it best. Let us build a house where love is found in water, wine, and wheat. A banquet hall on holy ground where peace and justice meet. Where God's love through Jesus is revealed in time and space. All are welcomed. All are welcomed. All are welcomed in this place. Everybody needs a place. My sincere hope and prayer today is this can be yours.